Hello and welcome to a CFMEU News Update. I'm Emily Barker. The Miners' Union is urging local councils and the O'Farrell government to halt approvals of new temporary workers accommodation camps in New South Wales until the impacts on jobs and communities is managed. A report commissioned by the Northern District has shown a proposed camp in Werris Creek would cost the region thousands of jobs and millions of dollars in economic activity by favouring a transient workforce rather than locals. The report shows losses to the local economy in the construction of local housing, spending of wages in local businesses, and training and job opportunities for local workers. Werris Creek is one of a number of recent camp proposals in New South Wales, signalling a growing trend in the state towards fly-in, fly-out or drive-in, drive-out work models. Northern District Secretary Graham Kelly called for firm guidelines regarding camps to ensure the mining industry, first and foremost, benefited communities in which they operate. The CFMEU is calling on Glencore to employ locals before the Collinsville coal mine is expected to open in northern Queensland in coming weeks. The mining multinational has so far refused to guarantee any jobs for Collinsville locals, while it advertised for mine positions outside the region as far away as Mackay, Brisbane and even Newcastle. Queensland District President Stephen Smythe has called on Glencore to recognise the hundreds of experienced Collinsville miners made jobless by the company closing the mine. The call for local labour comes amid community members Donna Bullock and Laurie Ann Williams travelling to Sydney to urge Glencore CEO Ivan Glassenberg to visit the town. Federal Parliament resumed this week with the first sitting of the Abbott-led government set to reintroduce the Australian Building and Construction Commission to attack the rights of construction workers. In its previous incarnation under the Howard government, the Abcc spent millions of dollars of taxpayers' money and found no criminal activity by construction workers. The CFMEU said the real problems in the industry, like sham contracting, tax evasion and safety shortcuts by employers, would not be addressed by the Abcc's demonisation of construction workers. Construction worker Ark Tribe, who faced jail for speaking up on safety under the Abcc's coercive powers last time around, explains how it operated.
I pulled up for work one morning in the car park and I was surrounded by all these, really big standover dudes, and I'm talking literally surrounded. I had one at the front of my vehicle, one at my driver's side window, one at the other side and one at the back, handing me this piece of paper which turned out to be that Section 52 notice, which is the demand to come into their kangaroo court. So that was the beginning of the legal side of it all. And they were purely trying to break the union, which means there's bad safety and that people get hurt and worse.
And finally, the CFMEU has launched a campaign to curb violence against women. The campaign, called Real Men Don't Abuse Women, spreads the word that violence against women is unacceptable and urges more men to speak up against it. CFMEU National Construction Secretary Dave Noonan said the union understood most men do not commit violence against women, but more needed to speak up and stop the silence around the issue. Mr. Noonan said research had shown a link between violence and negative attitudes to women and relationships, and called for leadership from members to stand up for what's right. For more information on any of these stories, plus the latest on the Let's Spread It Around campaign, please go to the CFMEU website.